diagnosed with cancer in the colon, the size of a tennis ball. And the doctor said, in 4 weeks we're going to go in and remove it. I'm not sure why in 4 weeks, but Mrs. Maria Blas said, what do I do in 4 weeks? She had her son buy this bag of carrots, and she juiced the carrots, and she drank 8 glasses of carrot juice daily. And when the doctors went in to remove the cancer, the doctors were so surprised. The cancer has shrunk from the surrounding tissue. They can literally pick up the cancer, and there was no surrounding spread. And Mrs. Maria Blas is still alive today. This is Dr. Lorraine Day. She used to be 15 years faculty of the University of California, San Francisco, associate professor and vice chairman of the Department of Orthopedic Surgery, and the former chief of orthopedic surgery at San Francisco General Hospital. And she is a very prominent doctor there, but at one point she developed a growth in her chest, and it was growing almost like the size of an olive, very fast in just a few weeks, and it was a very aggressive cancer. And she went on 10 to 13 glasses of juices daily. She went through about 4 months of struggle, but after the 4 months, the tumor is gone. And Dr. Lorraine Day is still alive. And back in the 1950s, there is a doctor, his name is Dr. Max Gerson. He was using juicing to help reverse cancer, way back in the 1950s. And he was having a lot of following. And this is 2008, Newsweek. It says, we fought cancer, and cancer won. Apparently, Richard Nixon made basically a mission to fight cancer, but we, after he passed on, we are still struggling with cancer today. But the good news is, this is Dr. Dean Ornish. Even if you have the genes today, you should not get discouraged, because the science shows that your genes are not your fate. You know, you heard that once you have the genes, you're going to get whatever grandpa has, because grandpa sent it down to dad, and dad grants it to you, and you're going to have whatever they have, right? But the good news today, food can turn off the bad genes and turn on the good genes. So the red can be turned off to become green, and all these different genes you can turn off. So the length of your genes, the edge of them is called telomeres. So the longer, you can live longer. When the genes get cut off and chopped off, you survive shorter and shorter. So foods, fruits and vegetables have the ability to help the enzyme that repairs the edges of your genes, the telomeres. So within just 3 months of changing your diet, the length of the telomeres or the enzyme goes up, which translates to increased length of your telomeres, and you increase your life. So even if your genes load the gun, you don't have to pull the trigger, right? So things that pull the trigger are like that and that. So, and way back in November 5, 1993, the FDA approved RBGH, recombinant bovine growth hormone. What is that? Before RBGH, recombinant bovine growth hormone, the cow was not really making much milk. But after this, we see even the chicken. First, I'm going to talk about the chicken. 50 years ago, it took 98 days for that little chicken to become big. But by 1986, due to selective breeding, it only takes 37 days. Wow. So, somebody commented, if you grew as fast as a chicken, you would weigh 349 pounds by age 2. So, in the olden days, one cow, way back in the 60s only make 2 gallons a day. And then back in 2007, it starts making 6. And some of the cows can produce anywhere between 4 and almost 12 gallons after 1993. So I just put a picture of, here's a picture of, this is one tray on the supermarket. This is 12 to 15 liters, 3 to 4 gallons. These are all coming from one cow. And I was just doing some artwork, and I put the bottle underneath the cow. One cow, 1 gallon, 11 gallons. It don't even fit. So how can that be? The cow is really moaning all night long because the udder, the susu, is almost touching the ground. So today, our little girls, 8-year-old, already having the susu. And menstruation sometimes begin 9 years old. Yeah. So whatever goes into that cow, it goes to the milk, it goes to the pizza, and the man, it goes to the prostate. Now, the prostate, when it's big, we have a hard time urinating. Some people have to wake up 6 times at night because they pee, there's still some more, they wake up again. But before 1971, we don't have much problem like that. We have strong force. We even have competition. Who can shoot across the river?
That's right.
So there's a chemical called NOI-5-GC. Human beings don't have this chemical. It's found in meat. But when people start eating meat, this chemical gets lodged in the tissues. And this chemical is only found in dairy and meat. But it gets lodged into tissues. So if your cells look like that, these little markers get marked on the cells. And the body creates torpedo or antibodies against this marker. So their antibodies are like this right here. So it likes to attach onto that, and this creates inflammation. And if inflammation, you need fire to cook your food. But the problem is when the fire is going on and on and on, we call it chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation can trigger abnormal growth. And inflammation can also be attributed to cancer, carcinogenesis. So even medication for inflammation, like Motrin or Aleve, sometimes can suppress cancer growth. So cancer and inflammation has some kind of connection there. And I'm borrowing some slides from Dr. William Lee. He's a researcher that does cancer. Cancer, we are making cancer in our body. Many, many cancers. But the cancer does not travel outside because there are certain collagen holds the cancer, and cancer cannot grow unless there is food. And the only way cancer can grow is cancer cells releases hormones that stimulate the growth of abnormal blood vessels. And these blood vessels feed the cancer and steal the food. That's why cancer people, they become thin because the cancer is stealing away the food from the host. Wow. So they become very thin and the cancer grows. Wow. But the new study shows these blood vessels that feed the cancer are abnormal. It's different from the blood vessels that you have. And there's certain substances like in carrot juice, strawberries, and fruits and vegetables that actually constrict the wrong blood vessel, but does not constrict the right blood vessel. So you can actually starve the cancer by drinking carrot juice and strawberry and things like that. And these are examples of normal blood vessels. These are examples of abnormal blood vessels. Yeah. So the studies have shown when these chemicals that shrink the wrong blood vessels to the cancer, it can shrink brain tumors. Not every cancer, but there's a lot of cancer that respond to this way of shrinking the cells. And you can see just within 4 weeks, the brain cancer disappeared. The tumor in the breast over there, week 0. And with this new approach, the cancer disappeared.
Wow.
And this is tumor in a dog within just 7 weeks. And also in the mouth of these dolphins, these tumors here, it becomes clear in just a short week. And this is the mouth of a horse. And you can see it clears within 6 months.
Wow.
So there's something in the food, and if you compare with can we eat to start cancer? These foods over here have very powerful modalities to fight cancer. And if you look at the blood vessel, this is one single blood vessel, and you slice it. The growth of these new blood vessels, those are the new blood vessels, the abnormal blood vessels are growing out. What happens when you add this chemical called resveratrol that comes from grapes? The resveratrol is able to suppress the growth of the cancer almost 60%.
Wow.
So very, very powerful. What happens when you add strawberries? Almost 95%.
Wow.
So strawberries have substances in them that suppress the abnormal of cancer growth. And how about your soybeans? There's genistein, almost 99% suppression of cancer. Very, very powerful. So if you look at the graph over here, the growth of the blood vessels over here can be suppressed, and you can see the very powerful suppression by, like, you can have the diclofenac, even simvastatin, that's a cholesterol medication. It also has something with inflammation. Your celecoxib, and look at soy extract. It suppresses the cancer growth very, very short. Tamoxifen, and you can see the shorter, the dietary factors are the red.